We're getting word of a power outage. It's taking place in the Valley City and Lake Ashtabula area. We're told that an estimated 1,100 Cass County Electric Cooperative members are impacted. Now, the cause is unknown at this time, but we're told that crews have been dispatched and are working to try and restore power safely and quickly. New studies suggest a surgery commonly used to the treatment of cervical cancer may do more harm than good. Researchers found women who had a minimally invasive hysterectomy for early-stage cervical cancer were more likely to die to their disease compared to those who had open surgery. The cancer was also more likely to return. The procedure, known as keyhole or robotic surgery, has been commonly performed for early-stage cervical cancer since 2006. Scientists say more research is needed to see why there's a higher death rate. And as a result of these studies, some doctors have stopped performing the surgery for only cervical cancer. Patients are urged to speak with their physicians about their options. Instead of reaching for leftover Halloween candy, you may want to reach for some cottage cheese the next time you have that late-night munchie. A new study suggests eating 30 grams of protein at least a half hour before bedtime may be good for the body. Researchers found the protein, such as cottage cheese, had a positive effect on the body's metabolism and also improved muscle health. There was also no increase in body fat. The participants in the study consumed the protein as a whole food and not as a supplement or a protein shake. It's not all X's and O's for the Bison football team. Later in sports, just one of the many ways the team is giving back. Up next, giving credit where credit is due. Who from Minnesota is being recognized for working on Bob Dylan's most recognized album.
Tonight's news brought to you by Dakota Magic Casino and Hotel.
You're watching Valley News Live on KVLY, your hometown NBC station.
Our dad is Kevin Kramer.
Dad has a deep love of North Dakota and country.
And his grandkids. He set a great example when we were growing up.
Yep, we learned a lot from Dad. To thank God for our blessings.
And to make family a priority.
To listen to each other, work hard, and help others.
And that didn't change when Dad went to Washington.
And that's why he'll make a great senator.
I'm Kevin Kramer, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
No. Congressman Kramer on cutting Social Security and Medicare.
Some people are going to have to sacrifice.
Kramer voted to explode the deficit, giving billions to Washington's special interests. Now they're going to cut Social Security and Medicare to pay for it, cutting the retirement North Dakotans depend on. Kramer would even raise the retirement age.
Some people are going to have to sacrifice.
Kramer serves Washington. He'll never fight for us. DSCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Waterproof flooring has never looked so good. The Carpet Garage brings you CoreTech Plus, the next revolution in luxury vinyl flooring. The innovative waterproof construction is stable. It won't expand, contract, or swell when exposed to water. The attached cork underlayment makes it a quieter, warmer floor that naturally resists odor-causing mold and mildew. And the wide variety of wood, stone, and slate patterns means CoreTech Plus has the look for any style and unmatched performance for any room. CoreTech Plus, in stock and unbeatably priced at the Carpet Garage.
I'm Heidi Heitkamp, and I approve this message.
Kevin Kramer, in his own words, on protecting coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
We're not going to allow you to just abuse the system because you have a pre-existing condition.
Or when he dismissed sexual assault.
There was no type of intercourse or anything like that. Nothing happened in terms of a sexual event beyond, obviously, the attack.
You know, there's a hypersensitivity.
You shouldn't be surprised when women are abused.
When someone disagreed with him, Kevin Kramer said he wanted to, quote, wring their neck and slam them against the wall. And on locking up children at the border?
There's all this hoopla, chain link fences around playgrounds all over America. You know, there's nothing inhumane about a chain link fence.
Don't let Kevin Kramer speak for North Dakota in the Senate.
Last night,
Happy Halloween.
Fallon had a Halloween message from Trump.
I want to suck your blood.
Tonight, there's Mike D and Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys, plus Desus and Mero. New Tonight Show. Then Seth has Diane Lane. New tonight.
Minnesota musicians are finally being recognized for their part in one of Bob Dylan's most famous albums. Dylan recorded Blood on the Tracks in New York back in 1974. He didn't like what he heard, so he redid half of the songs in Minnesota. But the Minnesota musicians never got credit. But as Jennifer Meyerly shows us, that changes this week with the release of More Blood, More Tracks, the bootleg series.
History has decided that 3 days was something special.
December of 1974, 6 young musicians were pulled into Minneapolis's Sound 80. It started with Bob Dylan's brother looking for a particular guitar and turned into some of Dylan's most memorable tracks.
But I had no idea what I was getting into. And I mean, you can't make this history up. You can't try for this your whole life.
Kevin Odegaard recalls the synergy in the room and says Dylan was open.
We're from Minnesota. He's from Minnesota.
Yeah.
He was Bobby Zimmerman. He wasn't Bob Dylan. There was no movie star. There was no superstar. There was no celebrity going on in that room at all.
Drummer Bill Berg sketched these recreations of the sessions. The musicians learned Dylan wasn't satisfied with some of his recordings, and while home in Minnesota, he decided to give them another go.
It was only going to be one song, but he liked Idiot Wind enough to go on to the second song. One song at a time, and we got through 5.
It's Tangled Up in Blue that truly struck a chord with Odegaard. It started in the key of G.
Bob comes out to do it, and we play it, and it's just okay. So I said, I think that would sound better up a note. I think it would sound great in the key of A. It'd be more urgent.
They got it in one take.
It became more desperate sounding.
Did you know at that moment, at that age, that this was going to be such a classic?
We knew it was
greatness. Because there was that pause.
And Bob did too.
Dylan released Blood on the Tracks a month later, with their sound on the album, but their names were missing. Odegaard set out to set the record straight.
It was serious for me because I got 3 of the guys in the room, and I'm a Midwestern kid with a conscience.
Over the years, it created a buzz with die-hard Dylan fans.
Everything kind of blew this up. Like, who are these mystery guys that made all these hits?
With the 2018 release of More Blood, More Tracks, it all comes full circle.
There they are.
Yeah, that's correct.
In black and white. We can put all the angst and worry behind us now.
There you did it. You did it. Everything came to fruition, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you for staying on it.
Blood on the Tracks was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame back in 2015. More Blood, More Tracks comes out Friday. Odegaard became an advocate for songwriters' rights. Peterson played with other notables, musicians, the Steve Miller Band, and Leo Kottke. That's cool.
Very cool.
Right up my alley.
Almost as cool as listening to you sing some of it.
Yeah,
It
okay,
yeah.
all right. What do you got? Let's move on.
Yeah, we're talking about some of the great things that some of these Bison football players do off the field. We all know about all of their talent on it. We're going to take a look at some of the freshmen and what they've been up to coming up next.